Listen, my people, let me tell you a story about Kola. Kola, the handsome and respectful cab driver. His cab was always clean. Soft music played, and the smell of air freshener filled his car. He smiled softly and spoke politely. He even lived better than most people. Nice apartments, changed cars, never looked stressed. But his comfort had a secret. His city was quieter as usual. Shops were closed. Only street lights watched the road. Kola leaned against his car, smiling and counting his money. Life was good. Then a woman came waving at him. She was alone. She looked tired and her heels were in her hands. She said an address far away. Kola looked at her through the mirror. He smiled. Madam, I'm going to the same place. Enter, I will take you there. The door closed and the engine started. As they drove, the road became empty. Houses disappeared. The woman looked outside. Something felt wrong. Driver, she said softly. This road is not correct. You are not supposed to follow this route. Kola did not answer. He turned the steering wheel and the car went another way. The radio stopped playing. Only the sound of engine remained. The woman held her back tightly in fear. Sir, please, where are you taking me to? The car slowed down and the street lights ended. Darkness covered the road. Kola stopped the car. That night passed. In the morning, Kola washed his car very well, smiled at his neighbors and greeted everyone like nothing happened. Everyone admired him. Mothers used him to warn their son. You see, Kola, no excuses. That is how a responsible man should live. Young men wanted to be like him. Ladies wanted a man like Kola. But nobody asked the most important question. How was he really making his money? To the public, he was the perfect example of an honest husband. He worked near offices, bus stops, and hospitals. He dressed neatly and spoke politely. Women traveling alone, especially at night, were vulnerable. And Kola took advantage of that. His victims were only women. Women like working class ladies, students, and women returning home from their business. Once they entered his car, he locked the doors quietly. Some were robbed. Some women were left broken in lonely places. Phones disappeared, money vanished, and some women returned home never seen. Women filed complaints at the police station, but cases were stalled. Statements were ignored. One day, an officer asked a woman, Madam, are you sure it's this same man that robbed you? Another said, My dear, there's no way you can prove this case. Because the women could not prove Kola's crimes, he continued driving freely and unpunished. When rumors get too loud, Kola moved. He changed routes, changed his locations, and changed his cars. Several months passed, and a group of young women who had survived encounters with Kola decided to meet. They were tired of fear and were tired of being ignored by the police. One of them said, We cannot trust the police. We have to act ourselves. Another added, We know his habits and his ways. We know the streets he drives, and we also know how he operates. Then they came up with a plan to expose him publicly. Then there came the night that changes everything. It was a Friday night, and Kola picked up a lady from a mall. She was part of the women that made the plan. She acted like a normal passenger. Before entering the car, she snapped the plate number and shared her location with her friends. Good evening, sir, she said. Kola nodded. Where are you going? He asked. Her address was a normal place, a very busy place. Other men and women followed from nearby streets. They were ready. As they drove, she watched the road carefully. Kola tried his usual tricks, but this time, the women were smarter. After some minutes, Kola turned away from the main road. The woman did not panic. Instead, she said calmly, "This is not the fastest way." Kola's hands tightened. "There is traffic ahead," he replied. The woman laughed softly and said, "No, I checked the app before entering your car. The road is free." The radio suddenly came on very loud. "Oh," she said, reaching out and reducing the volume. "I don't like noise when I'm thinking." Kola looked at her really hard. She was not afraid. Then somewhere ahead, they met a traffic. Kola had no choice but to stop his car. The woman turned to Kola and said, "Look, I already sent my live location to 5 different people alongside your plate number. As I speak, we are being tracked and followed. Even the police are waiting." Kola's heart skipped a beat. He then said, I knew you were trouble from the moment you entered my car." "Oh no, how did I even pick up this woman?" he lamented. They blocked his escape route. Bystanders noticed something strange. Some even recorded him on their phones. He opened the car and she stepped down. The police came quickly this time. Kola was arrested. Kola tried to charm them. He called his usual friends for help, but the evidences against him were too strong. He had videos from street cameras, GPS tracking of his cars and witnesses. The women stepped forward for the first time. Justice was served. And so, my people, if the law sleeps, courage will wake it up. To women, trust your instincts, protect one another, and speak up when necessary. Evil can hide behind charm and respect, but the truth always comes out. Kola thought he was untouchable, but the knights and the brave women caught him.